Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the stories that touch our hearts, stir our emotions, and make us believe in love all over again. If you've been following the incredible on-screen chemistry and off-screen connection between Dylan Wang and Shen Yue, then today's video is one you absolutely can't miss. These two have lit up our screens and lives with moments that feel so real, so genuine, that we can't help but wonder, is it just acting, or is there something more? Get ready, because we're about to take a beautiful trip down memory lane with 10 unforgettable moments that made us all believe that what Dylan and Shen Yue have is something truly special. Grab a warm drink, find a cozy spot, and let your heart be swept away. Let's begin. It all started with a love story that turned the world upside down, the modern classic Meteor Garden. Dylan Wang, with his powerful screen presence as the fierce and charismatic Dao Mingxi, and Shen Yue, portraying the independent and resilient Dong Shankai, brought the characters to life in a way that resonated with millions. But it wasn't just the roles they played. It was the way their eyes locked a little longer than necessary, how their laughter was unscripted, and how their comfort around each other blurred the line between fiction and reality. The first moment that left fans breathless was their very first screen test. Even before the cameras started rolling for the series, when the cast met for script readings and rehearsals, Dylan and Shen Yue's interaction was electric. From the awkward glances to the shared giggles, you could tell something was different. The way Dylan would subtly lean toward her and how Shen Yue would smile shyly in response had us all wondering, is this the beginning of something real? Then came the behind-the-scenes footage that surfaced during the shooting of Meteor Garden. One particular clip that went viral showed Dylan fixing Shen Yue's hair in between takes, gently brushing strands away from her face while she blushed. There was no script, no director yelling action. Just two young stars sharing a moment of pure, unscripted affection. Fans couldn't help but replay that moment over and over again, and honestly, who wouldn't? A third unforgettable instance was during a press conference for the show's international promotion. Amidst the flashing cameras and crowded media presence, someone asked Dylan what his favorite moment filming the series was. Without missing a beat, he turned to Shen Yue and said, "Every moment I spent with her." Shen Yue's face turned crimson. The room erupted in laughter, and we all felt a flutter in our hearts. You could see it in their eyes. That wasn't just a rehearsed answer. Let's not forget their unforgettable eye contact challenge during a variety show. They were asked to stare into each other's eyes for 1 minute without laughing or looking away. What was supposed to be a lighthearted game turned into one of the most intimate moments captured on camera. The world around them faded. Shen Yue tried to suppress a smile, while Dylan's gaze softened with every second. The tension, the laughter, the comfort, it was the kind of moment that leaves a permanent mark. Another moment that took fans by surprise happened during an off-screen dinner outing with the cast. A candid photo was leaked showing Dylan casually placing his jacket over Shen Yue's shoulders as she looked cold. No flash, no setup, just a protective, instinctive gesture that spoke volumes. Fans immediately started speculating, and the phrase "Dylan Yue is real" began trending across social media platforms. Of course, who can forget the legendary karaoke night? Shared by a fellow cast member through a live stream, fans watched as Dylan and Shen Yue sang a duet, off-key, giggling, swaying slightly in sync. The way Dylan looked at her as she sang her part, the way she shyly looked away, it felt like we were watching two people fall in love under neon lights, surrounded by music and joy. One of the most romantic gestures happened during an award show where both Dylan and Shen Yue were in attendance. As they were called up to present, Dylan subtly reached for her hand as they walked on stage together. A soft squeeze, a reassuring look, barely noticeable, yet deeply meaningful. Shen Yue, in a delicate gown, looked stunning, but it was the way Dylan looked at her that stole the spotlight. A gaze filled with pride, admiration, and something deeper. The next iconic moment came from a fan meet event. As they stood on stage addressing their fans, Dylan noticed Shen Yue fumbling with her microphone. Without hesitation, he gently took it from her hand, fixed the setting, and handed it back. It was such a small act, but done with such care and attention. Shen Yue smiled, mouthed "thank you," and Dylan winked back. The audience went wild. And then came the birthday surprise episode. On Shen Yue's birthday, the cast arranged a little celebration on set, but it was Dylan who planned the real surprise. He brought her favorite snacks, a handwritten letter, and even learned how to sing a traditional birthday song from her hometown. As she read the letter, Shen Yue teared up, and Dylan was right there beside her, handing her tissues and trying to lighten the moment with jokes. But there was something unspoken in the way he looked at her, a depth of emotion that no camera trick could fake. Finally, perhaps the most powerful moment came not from a video or a photo, but from a pause. After the series ended, fans expected them to drift apart like many co-stars do. But Dylan continued mentioning Shen Yue in interviews, praising her personality, her strength, and how much he learned from working with her. Shen Yue did the same, her words often filled with admiration and tenderness. There was a silence between them that spoke louder than words. No drama, no goodbye, just mutual respect, continued support, and an unbreakable connection. Whether it's just an extraordinary friendship or something more that's never been made public, one thing is certain. Dylan Wang and Shen Yue share a bond that feels eternal. It's in the little things, the laughter, the glances, the unspoken gestures, that we see something real, something beautiful, something that gives us hope and love that goes beyond the script. So, to every fan who's ever replayed those scenes, saved those screenshots, or smiled quietly at a moment that felt too genuine to be fiction, this video is for you. Because these 10 moments aren't just about a drama couple. They're about believing in love, even when it's wrapped in mystery. They're about holding on to something pure and simple in a world that's often too complicated. Dylan and Shen Yue may never confirm or deny the speculations, but we don't need words. We saw it in their smiles, we felt it in their connection, and we believed it every time they looked at each other like they were the only two people in the world. Thank you for watching. If this video made your heart flutter or brought back memories, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let us know in the comments which moment made you believe in their love. Until next time, stay dreamy, stay hopeful, and never stop believing in the magic of true connection.